Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Usayome Sale from Ways Primetime. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?
Good morning, Africa. Good morning, Nigeria. It's another beautiful episode of Raise Breakfast. # What Are You Saying? Where vibrant young voices take over pressing conversation as it concerns us all. My name is Oluchi Omenka, and I'll be serving as your anchor for today. And today, it's a full house. I have my buzz girls with me, the Lady Vibe, God's Beauty Israel, and Okikiola Taiwo Jalukon. Hi, guys.
Girl Vibe.
I am not going to give you that name yet.
Do I need to keep reminding you?
I have to see that you're worth it. I have to see you show and manifest that name.
On top of
like the Lady Vibe has given us different vibes that shows that she's the Lady
Vibe. I don't need you.
You don't need me.
I don't need you.
Why you can't shake your head?
When you're serious, that's an expression of seriousness.
When I see the lady, the girl vibe out of it, but it doesn't even fit you. Look at you. Now you call yourself girl vibe. How did it come about? People should judge this for us.
It begins with one person.
Right.
And so,
where did you get that quote from?
2025. The girl vibe 2025.
All right. I'm so happy to have you guys on set. I really love when we're complete and, it's giving the whole full family squad thing. So how's the week like? How would you evaluate the week? It's the weekend. What are the plans? And the usual question I always ask. So what's it like?
Well, the week for me has been good. It has been good. Let me just say that. It has been good. There's been a lot of positive, fair...
Major highlights.
Something
that stuck out for you this week.
My account balance was credited.
Hallelujah.
I like that. Okay.
Highlights. Everyday highlights for me. If you credit my account, I will be made for life. I told you the last time that there's a certain amount that you will be credited.
You're made for life.
Nothing else.
So that means there's oblate for us this weekend.
Amen.
I mean, I'm sorry.
You have to take us out. I mean,
you have to accept my identity.
That's when I'm not start accepting the girl vibe identity.
No, thank you.
How about you, God's Beauty? What's popping?
I mean, nothing serious. Yesterday I was telling you that, I'm trying to... a lot of things I've been chasing and somehow I've not gotten them. So there's a good update, thanks to God. But, major headlights is, for this week is just kind of facing my fears. That's what it is, actually.
Should I tell you one major highlight for me?
Tell me.
I've been watching a lot of videos on gaining weight. Guys, don't judge me. But
so that's your major
I'm
headlight.
thinking of actually taking that a bit serious. I know it looks a bit personal, but I'm like, what if I start increasing my calorie intake and start looking like my age? So people will not think I'm 13-year-old. But I started doing it, and let's see how it goes. Let's see how consistent I can be.
This morning?
Exactly.
It's still early in the morning. This 8:04 now.
And you want to gain weight?
If I eat, you guys, let's talk about that later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please head on right now to our official Upgrade TV on YouTube. Turn on your notification button, subscribe button, be part of what happens here. Now, today is Friday, and the tone of our conversation is usually on innovation. So whether it's tech, finance, or branding, we've got you covered. Today, we'll be discussing the rise of content creation and how young people are redefining work and influence. So if you're a content creator, aspiring content creator, the already made content creator, this is a program you do not want to miss. We'll take a short break. When we return, we'll look through the headlines making waves this morning across the Nigerian newspaper and beyond. So stay with us. We'll be right back shortly.
Tell us you're a Nigerian without saying a word. Energy security is one of the most pressing issues for many developing countries like Nigeria. And if there's going to be any meaningful progress, addressing our energy issues is non-negotiable.
I need to see light from my house. Make them do something.
Band A is expensive. I literally have to turn off all my appliances just to reduce costs.
We need light.
Introducing the Energy Outlook, your go-to show for everything energy. Every week, we'll bring you the latest insights, innovation, and in-depth analysis of Nigeria's energy sector. From policy discussions to regulatory insights, we'll analyze the key decisions influencing growth and sustainability in the energy sector. We'll bring you the human stories behind the headlines, giving you a personal perspective on the broader energy challenges. Join me every Friday at 6 p.m. for the Energy Outlook, your guide to the future of energy, where energy means business.
All right, welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. This is still Friday Ways Breakfast, and we have a wonderful topic lined up for today. But before that, let's see what we found in the pages of today's newspaper. We have the Guardian, local and international, and of course the Punch newspaper. Let's start with the local Guardian.
It's the fact that you called it the local Guardian.
Because we have another one. That's why I had to make this day. Oh, the
Nigerian newspaper.
That's fine. Nigerian local Guardian
I really don't understand the energy on
So
this table.
anyways, taking us through the headlines on the Guardian newspaper. War against terrorists, caught in the middle. Survivors count cost of accidental air strikes. Beside that, we have federal government, NIMC, launch digital cards to assist farmers and others. Below that, we have Boko Haram ambush. UN demands justice for 40 killed in Borno. Below that, we have tax reform. Governor's presidency shelve VAT hike. Agree on new revenue sharing formula. Beside that, we have another story that reads, EFCC to arraign ex-bank chiefs over alleged 12.3 billion naira fraud. Below that, we also have PDP shuns Ondo local government poll as police restrict movement, warns miscreants. The last but not the least story here says, rowdy session at National Assembly over budget defense. I want to talk about this budgeting.
Okay.
And when they said rowdy session, obviously when everybody wants to present their budget when it comes to Nigeria, it's all those things where they want to share money. That's when you see that, or when they want to share food for first timers, that's when you see that church is full. That's literally what's happening in the National Assembly now. Everybody wants to present their budget. Everybody wants to make sure that their budget is approved. Even if they know in their mind that they're not going to do anything. Like majority of them know that in their mind, this budget that they are presenting,
It's for the pockets.
It's for their pockets. And with this issue of these accidental airstrikes, I think the headlines already says those people who are caught in, like, innocent people who have survived this thing, when they are trying to tackle terrorism, these people have to flee for their lives. They are always within the same parameters where maybe all these terrorists are based. And there's no proper, let me just say, there's no proper arrangement to make sure that they properly, let's say, ambush these people or these terrorists in order to attack them in a way that it does not affect civilians or people who live within that community. I think that is also like a scope for them to also go and bury themselves like in the heart of certain communities so that it becomes hard for things like the army and all those things to come and attack them. So I feel like maybe what we should do, there should be a better approach to how we can tackle terrorism when it comes to people who are innocent of these things, or when they now go into these communities to try and plant themselves in. I think, as I said, well, borders keepers. Let's always find a way to make this thing work. I mean, that's all I can say on the Guardian.
All right, let's see what the international Guardian has.
All right, let me just guide you through it. But the left side of the masthead, we have conclave list to Baffert race. So on that, the Baffert means the British Academy of Film and Television Act. So really on what the headline is about is saying that a look at how conclave is dominating the Baffert nominations, setting a high bar for competitors. And reading this now, making me remember what was trending yesterday about you know, the Nollywood industry where certain persons want to go for auditions, right? And they're putting on a certain kind of clothes.
Attire.
And I remember somebody coming out, and also an actress, apart from, you know, the video we watched from Ngozi Eziono.
Okay.
I think there's another actress that came out to say that our work is no jokes because, I mean, the way people are actually seeing it, so because you're entertainers, doesn't mean that our work is a joke. So I think I agree with this, you know, this headline when it comes to raising the bar because, I mean, just like I said earlier, the way you would actually watch on TV and you see probably Messi Johnson, for example, doing certain kind of things, you in your head, you'll be like, these people like to just the catch cruise, you know, and all of that. Again, you know, it's pouring out from passion and all. So most people don't actually see the acting job or like the film industry now, the Nollywood industry. You don't actually consider it to be actually a lot of work. So I just thought to put that out there. The main headline says, but at the center below the masthead, we have hope of end to dark chapter with Israel-Hamas ceasefire. And honestly speaking, this is not the first time or the second or the third you're hearing about this whole ceasefire thing. So I just hope that when now that they have agreed, like, I mean, there'll be a ceasefire, right? I just hope that they negotiate and talk about it because, I mean, this, the death, destruction of properties is going too long. I mean, since 2023, this fight has been on. So I think it's time for them to everybody should just rest. The Israel should go and sit one place. The Hamas, everybody should just, you know, go to their...
Don't you think that they have caused...
too much harm and damage.
But
it's better that they come into. I mean, that's why it's open
I'm
for
very
negotiation.
happy that there's a ceasefire, and it's basically the fact that they're still trying to put like a time limit to how long they're going to hold ammunitions and not attack. So they're telling soldiers to go back to, I think, South Gaza, so people can move to North Gaza. When I was reading the story, I was still looking at it that it's almost like there's still like an agenda behind it. They want the international aid to come, give food, medical, this. After that, what happens?
What happens next?
So the headline already says hope. It's not necessarily
Do you think
but
that
I just feel like it's time for everybody to go to their, you know, I mean, there have just been a lot of
But does it solve the problem that they already, that they said even started this war?
The war in the first place.
Because ceasefire does not mean that I've stopped. Now you have your own
I get it.
Country,
I mean, it's a time where for them to actually talk about it, right? Negotiate and know exactly what to do. Do you get? The Hamas are already saying that they will release all the Israel hostages that they have with them. So, I mean, that's literally, just like you said, hope that, okay, they should just, you know, talk about it and, you know, try to resolve it one way or the other so that they can be peace. I mean, peace will be restored. That's how I want to see it.
Do you think with the new powers that we're going to have in the United States, I mean, Donald Trump coming in to see, do you think there's a chance of this hope being revived, seeing to the end that, you know, the United States is one major world power and they can have these interventions? Do you think that there's something to be looking out for with Trump's administration and the whole Israel-Gaza war?
If the war is not going to benefit, I'm saying this because, I mean, we already know Trump to be someone that would always put his hand into something when he's to benefit in it. So if he's going to benefit, I'm very sure he's going to add his mouth. But if he's not,
he's going to stay away from it.
That's how I'm saying it.
All right. The last paper for today is The Punch. The Punch paper. The major headline reads, Dangote Refinery Project. It's been a while we heard about the refinery story.
You know, I almost said that yesterday, that what's going on with
the refinery? I mean, well, we have something here. 650,000 BPD June. Plans crude import. Facility now producing 500,000 BPD as officials look beyond Nigeria to meet demand for product. Below that, Fubara, Wike camps clash as police occupy Rivers PDP Secretariat. Ogun guard arrested for alleged defilement of 6-year-olds. This is like the 10th time we're reading something like this for a long time now. We've been hearing of police officers defiling people. I'm coming across this news again. And it's becoming too rampant. What's really happening? That people in the force, people that are supposed to protect are falling into this kind of crime. It's really appalling. I'm saying this again because I know I saw it a lot last year in the Punch paper. You hear one guard, one police officer defiling someone. It's really not funny. Then INEC deletes 7,746 dead persons from voter register. Pengazian project petrol price hike as crude cost rises. Governors propose new VAT, that's VAT sharing formula, okay, tax bills. DHQ blames foreigners for renewed terror attacks. And the last story here, which caught my interest, is the 12.3 billion naira fraud EFCC to arraign Otudeko, ex-First Bank MD, on Monday. Let me read the full details. So the Federal High Court in Lagos on Thursday fixed January 20, 2025 for the EFCC to arraign the chairman of Honeywell Group, Chief Oba Otudeko, and the former First Bank Managing Director, Stephen Onosoya, for allegedly looting 12.3 billion naira from First Bank. What do you guys think about this? Firstly, this makes me remember something I heard earlier this week. And it says that, why do you think that, some people always think that people get into stealing or people thief in that sense because of poverty. And then somebody mentioned that poverty is not the reason why we see people stealing. It's a character issue. That's why we still hear stories of the rich still stealing. They keep still stealing. That means even if you have amassed all the wealth that you think should make you comfortable, there's still one character flaw
inside of you.
It's a terrible thing because this, well, it's still alleged. So let's not act, beyond.
Don't we know Nigeria to consider public office holders as alleged, but when a civilian does it, they will just paste it on you and just tell you that you did it. Whether it is that the court has said that you have or you have not, if the court has found you guilty or not, as a civilian, you are bound to be guilty. You are bound to be guilty before they even charge you to court. But I said it one time that when it comes to politicians, they consider it as when they siphon money, they consider as misappropriation of funds. Yeah. But when a civilian does it, what you did is that you stole money, you embezzled. They call it embezzlement. So you see that it's like two different things. Misappropriation is like you put the money where it's not supposed to go to. Yeah. Embezzlement means you spend the money. Not the same thing too often I do. But then because you're a politician or you're a public servant, they'll tell you that that's just
I really hope we get to see the end of this court arraigning and all. Let's just see exactly what's going to happen.
That actually sounds like super story.
Super story. No, maybe not. You still have to have that hope.
Can you just kill that? It's a new year.
I can't. That is the one reason I can't kill it.
The guy that was in and out of EFCC, how far? Any update on Yaya Bello? Exactly. It's coming. It's on his way.
You have not read the story yet, but it's online.
It's true.
Exactly.
But you're a lawyer. At least you have some idea about what it takes to be arraigned in court, the whole process, how long it takes. Maybe it's taking longer than usual.
That's what I'm saying. I actually agree with
like
you.
Google traffic.
Do you understand?
They'll tell you that this route is longer than the usual traffic.
All right. That's all we can take for the headline stories this morning. We'll take a short break now. When we return, we're heading straight to the conversation for today. So please stay with us. We'll be right back shortly.
Nigeria, by extension Africa, battles a growing youthful population, and with little or no meaningful engagement, lives a ticking time bomb on our hands. We are a blessed continent with great wealth, both in people and material. Our focus on ways remains driving conversations that affects us all. Topics in the news, social concerns, politics, leadership, governance, empowerment, resource management, conflict management, finance, SME sustainability, technological innovation, food security, health, education, brain drain, our well-being, citizenship, and much more. Our goal is to continuously drive these conversations, keep them burning at the table to effect a positive change, both for our nation and continent. Ways, what are you saying, has a secret ingredient that completes the conversation every single episode, and that ingredient is you. Our past conversations shaped our yesterday. To shape our tomorrow, we must keep talking. So, I want to hear you. Be a part of our live conversations Mondays through Fridays. And let's all have our say.
welcome back, people. Thank you for staying with us. I'd like to call out our phone lines because they'll be open to have your own opinion on today's conversation. You can call us on 070-2500-7749 or 070-1424-2420. So today we're talking about content creation. As mentioned earlier, today's conversation is on the rise of content creation and how young people are redefining work and influence. Content creation has become one of the most significant career trends of the modern era, particularly among young people. Thanks to the rise of platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and podcasts, individuals can now share their creativity, build brands, and turn their passion into profitable ventures. And this shift is not just changing the way we work, but it's also redefining influence, shaping industries, and challenging traditional notions of career success. Young people are at the forefront of this movement, using technology to break barriers and redefine what it means to thrive in the digital economy. However, this exciting trend is not without its challenges, from monetization struggles and algorithm changes to mental health concerns and societal pressure. The road to success for young content creators is complex and very demanding. So today, we're going to dive into the world of content creation and explore how young people are navigating this dynamic space. We'll discuss the opportunities, the hurdles, and the impact this growing industry has on society. So if you're an aspiring content creator, a beginner in the content creation field, or you're even the big dog in the content creation world, we'd love you to put in your own inputs to this conversation. All right, ladies, do we have any content creator in the house here? Which content do you create?
Nigerian content.
Really?
Yeah.
Please tell me about it.
I think I was saying that I want to start a podcast where we're like just relaxing and you're telling me things and we're doing mebo. That's what I want to do. That's my own, as you said, aspiring content creator. Yes, okay. I want to do that. Other than that, I'm just watching other content creators create
make money
content
through
and
you.
make money.
How about you guys, Richie? Would you count yourself as a content creator?
I mean, who is a content creator? Someone that
Please
puts
define it
content
for us.
out there. So yes, I actually think I am a
So what kind of
content
content
creator.
do you put out there?
Amen. The kind of things that I literally do, right? So I'm actually a spoken word artist. I don't know how many people actually know that.
Can you give us a demo?
Hey.
On the spot. You know they say opportunity. What's that word again?
What is that?
Preparation, maybe opportunity meets something. Who knows
Okay.
who could be listening to you? Let's say demo.
So I like to talk about God because he's my helper. I call him the Olubeja because he's literally like the fender. I mean, look at me, I'm a testament that God is able. And just like IB Quick is saying, there's nothing Juju can do about it.
Hey, you
Do you
guys.
understand? I move in waves because my God is the Alpha and Omega. I am not scared because Agune Chimba got me covered. He's the creator of the universe. I like to say him as my father, my father. My father, my maker. I'm not trying to pray, just calm down. The King of Kings and the Lord of Lords is able. I hope I tried.
You too do. That was really amazing. The fact that was spontaneous and you gave it to us with the action and everything, I really like that. So that's quite amazing. But I count myself as a content creator. Going by your definition and what you said, I think I too try to, do sometimes.
I think that basically we're all content creators.
Content creators.
Exactly.
We're giving content out like right
That's-
now,
I mean,
right now.
that's
This
it.
is content creation
telling you
in
things
the
that you
media
need to
space.
know.
But
Yes.
maybe personally on your own, social media handles, like trying to build your own brand. I remember there's something I started in 2024. I was not so consistent, but I was able to coin this name for myself. Maybe because I so much love psychology, mental health, human relations. I love to listen to motivational stuff a whole lot. So I was like, and I really like to talk as well. I had this media girl vibes and everything. So I'm like, how can I combine both of them together? So I came up with the name, the Inspirational Media Girl. That's the IMG. You guys, watch out for me. So from 2024, I used to put out some content about, relating with people, different things. I have some of them on my page, and it was going well for a while until I just stopped. And those are part of the things we want to discuss, the hurdles, the challenges, how you can actually scale through our experiences, learning from other people's experiences as well. So we've spoken about ourselves. Before we get into the major discourse of today, can you tell me some of the content creators that you know and some things you appreciate about them, some things that really catches your interest?
Should I start?
I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name very well, but there are two guys that are actually like lawyers, but they So why is it why Lasabi?
Lai Wasabi.
Lai Wasabi.
Yeah,
Then we have Timmy.
I think we have
Then
that
we
in
have
common.
Timmy Abaje.
Okay.
So yeah, the fact that they actually, you know, I mean, these are lawyers, right? And they always come out every time to actually tell you what is in the law. Especially Timmy. Timmy is just very dramatic. Now, of recent, if you see the things that he actually comes out to say, when he's telling you that, oh, if you cross, I mean, there's a pedestrian bridge, right? And you decide that you want to actually cross without using the pedestrian bridge. You know what the law says? You know that kind of energy. I mean, it's one way of passing information. You're already telling people what the law says, but in a very unique way where even a layman, anybody can literally understand what you're saying and what the law has actually said. So I feel like if we even have much of those persons, trust me, I don't think we would be that ignorant the way we actually are, because a lot of people don't actually know what the law is about. And I can't blame them 100% because, again, if we're really not into the field of law, it's in consign.
True.
Do you understand?
True.
But yeah, the fact that we have people like that always coming online to give us that update, I mean, that's really good. That's top notch.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
How about you,
I think she already mentioned Lai Wasabi. Another person that I really like is Miss Techie. I think what she does is give you updates on a phone. She does phone reviews. She does new apps that you should learn if you want to start creating content.
Right.
If you want to start a podcast, whatever it is, she just gives you an
Updates.
update. If you are starting out to do whatever business, she also helps you out with certain apps that you can, you know, plug into that are free, where you can post your stuff. And so I really like that niche that she carved out for herself. That's literally helping people. So it's like a win-win for her. She's giving you information about how to build yourself, self-independent, reliant, and also helping other small-scale businesses thrive. So I see her as that content creator that is very intentional about what she wants to do. You also mentioned, I think you mentioned IBK Quick when you were talking.
Yeah.
She just graduated from the University of Lagos as
I
well.
mean,
saw
she's somebody that when she says, like, her voice, even when you're not watching her express herself, the voice gets you in some kind of realm that just makes you think, not think negatively, you are thinking positively. How can I, what do I do? So she's that content creator that I feel like she passes the message that is necessary.
She helps you picture everything she's talking about.
If I'm going to talk about maybe the funny ones, I'll call
Shank?
the trial, oh no, I'm so sorry, Shank. This is not a shade or beef or something. Wow. But I would prefer the trial. I think the trials, they're like 3. And then they make this, they try to do
like
wordplay. Not like triplets, they're just 3 guys. They say pastor, they're like pastors, and they say you did not come to church. So they do this wordplay thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that I blend more into the intellectual type of content than entertainment, but they make it really fun.
Fun. And I think that's why I was able to quickly navigate towards Lai Wasabi. Honestly, when I saw Lai Wasabi on TikTok at first, I used to just scroll past, like, who is this one with this funny Ibadan accent and all. I wasn't really interested. But on Instagram, when I started seeing his content much more, I'm like, this guy is intellectual. So intellectual. And I like the fact that there's dry humor, that's satiric, you know, everything just blends together. I've seen some of his comments, and somebody will say that it takes an intelligent man to understand his joke. You know, kind of joke that you will not laugh until after 2 minutes. Like, oh, that's what he's trying to say. So it shows that even in content creation, it's not just setting ring lights, putting your people. There's some intelligence that goes into it to get people entertained and even educated. So we've spoken about...
Somehow we've actually not talked about this person. Again, it might not really be a big thing for many people, but I actually consider it to be very intentional. And that's Brain Jotter.
Brain Jotter?
Yes. If you've actually been following Brain Jotter right from when he started, you know that there's a big change and there's intentionality. Again, like I said, it might not really be really big to a lot of people. There's people that probably did not even start with him. But for those of us that actually knew him when he started on Facebook, I mean, we know that this progress is not something that just started.
Progress
just
is something
came
that also
it's
gets us
something
interested.
that, it was, I mean, there was intentionality on it.
And that's what happened with Lai as well. We saw, do you see how his following grew? And
yes,
his impact is even penetrated into the Nollywood industry. And that's just super, super amazing. One thing I'd also like to mention about the content creation world, and what I love about it, is the diversification and the implementation of our culture into it. With the rise of people like Maraji, what's this guy's name that uses the Snapchat filter to have this exaggerated mouse looks like? Sisi.
Have
you watched some of his videos where he's trying to impersonate an Edo mother? I think I watched one during the Christmas holiday. And I'm like, yes, these people give that perfect blend of what a Nigerian household looks like. Even Taoma as well.
Yes, Taoma.
There's the funny slap and all, but it shows you this is typical African setting. And the fact that we're now being positioned on global stage, it means that even we're getting global recognition to let them have an idea of how the Nigerian household is like, how the Nigerian landscape is like, and everything. And let's go to the more intricate details of this content creation thing. Do you think it's redefining traditional careers for young people?
I think with the rise of any evolution, there's always that trend that changes certain things about what used to be.
I agree.
Just like before the internet, it's almost like everybody sent letter through postcards, and then the internet came. There's always that rise in new ideas, new job careers. Things now that AI is coming, it's like a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. Now people are going into data analytics and this just to stay relevant. So I think that for every new thing that comes, there's always that change and rising, a new breed of jobs or career paths. So far, almost every young person now is a content creator one way or another. You just wake up in the morning, you like start off from somewhere, you start YouTube channel, and you're probably talking about every pole on the street of Lagos, what they represent. So it's almost like that thing is...
Guru with me. Who knows that? Get ready with me.
Guru, I call it Guru with me. So anytime I see that Guru with me, I'm like, yeah, I want to watch this. Let me see Guru with me. But I think that's it for me every time.
I feel like you already, I mean, you said it already. That's what evolution is, right? That's why the world is evolving. So, I mean, there are things that will change. I'm very sure during our father's era, and I mean, our grandmothers and all of that, used to be farming, that was like the big deal.
True.
But, I mean, now we have like the doctors and all, which is actually even changing because now we have, just like you said, we have a career path now. Everybody's on skills. I was having a conversation with my guest yesterday, and I said, I remember watching a video of, I can't remember which pastor said that now, but I remember him saying that as he is right now, he will not tell his son that, oh, yeah, I force you, go and study this course because you would. He'll tell you, I beg, go and choose a skill that you know that is lasting, something that, you know, just as the world is evolving, you'd actually continue to evolve with it, not something that when you learn today now, you will not go and rest. And I was having a conversation with someone, but that should be last year. And I told this person that because the person was thinking of learning a skill. And I said the kind of skill that everybody's talking about now, it has to be tech-wise. This is not shades to people that cook or anything. But if you say I want to go and learn how to bake cake, until the time the world has actually, do you understand? Nobody thinks about anything.
Really?
Yes,
about that.
That's the truth. Nobody thinks about that anymore. I am not saying you should not have those skills. But please, do you know how many people that bakes cake? I actually
Like
can make cake on my
like
own.
No, I don't like to think.
already.
No, I don't like to think about saturation as a reason why you should not venture into a place. I heard of this thing recently. That is the problem. Is so big that every bird can fly without hitting each other.
Leave the sky alone.
You think cake making and catering is like something to do away with, but there are still people making great progress with it. That is the problem.
Maybe because I'm being absolute here. But what I am trying to say is, the world is evolving. Try as much as possible to get a skill that you know that would actually work. I mean, just as you move, you're moving with that. That is what I am saying. Okay. Because if you actually go, I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying you should not go and learn whatever you want to learn, right? But I mean, just walk with the trend. And you know the interesting part. Most of these people that don't fail to understand, most of these people that don't foresee the future, they are the ones that will start complaining that, oh, because of AI now, I cannot get this job done. I cannot get this one done. Now, I mean, it's just like I was there's this, my babe that is a caterer, right? Now, she doesn't even need many people to work with her because there are literally so many machines that can do a lot of things. Unlike before where you have to be the one to turn the butter and sugar together until it gets white. There's already a machine that can actually do that make the work easier. So tell me why you want to go and start learning certain things when you know that there are other opportunities out there that you can work on the skill.
I want to also say something about that, but I think you should go
because
first.
An idea sort of popped in my head while you were talking about cake baking, and I feel like while you will not completely write off the need of... No, I'm just saying, like, my own personal opinion. Why you will not completely write off the need of these people, like human resource, let me just say that. There are certain advancements that can be done. For example, if I have a bride and the bride says, oh, I want a 3-layer cake with a gold color and a white touch of this, 3D animation can actually help you design that cake even before you bake it. So it sort of gives the bride like an idea of what
what
you're
the cake
making,
should
and
look
then
like.
there's a conversation about back and forth that, okay, this is, oh no, can you change this upper side? I want it to look like this. So that sort of sets you apart.
But that's somebody that's actually obtained the skill.
That's what I'm saying.
What
like
I'm saying.
An idea came to my mind that while you can.
So, but you see that you
tech.
cannot actually take out that skill. You have to actually get it. You have to acquire it.
Now
except if you don't want to grow.
This is how I'm looking at it.
Tell me.
Some of these traditional, what's it called, hard skills or soft skills that people used to learn, like catering, what other one, fashion design.
Yes.
You know, there was a time when you just left secondary school and your parents just want to enroll you in one computer school, go and learn how to bake, go and learn how to sew. The reason why we cannot just, let me use this Yoruba word, fashion it one place is because with the evolution and the rise of content creation, it has now become a tool to even position yourself even better. That reminds me of a particular post I saw on TikTok. This young lady, I think she's 21, and she's just a young caterer. And she started putting out her content very well in a very aesthetic way, take you through the process of how she baked it. And she has started getting a lot of orders from that TikTok. So it was not the regular, I learned how to bake, I'll just go and do one flyer, one graphics, and everything.
What you're just saying is that she added tech to it.
Exactly. But she did not just throw it away to now concentrate on maybe some core tech skills, thinking that other catering skills is probably not going to make waves in the world today.
You should have that skill, but there should be like
They should just balance
an
it.
advancement, like
Content
an
creation stuff that
yourself,
we're talking about. So I was asking how the traditional landscape has changed for career opportunities for young ones, and I think it has really, really evolved. Just like we've mentioned, and we've opened up. This reminds me of one very interesting thing I heard today. I think parents and the guardians that are training young people, some of them have not yet broken out of the stereotypes of the traditional jobs that we have. We must not deny the fact that some parents still feel RG or this irk when their children are content creators. They feel like you don't yet have a future until I see that
job.
Exactly, until I see that you want to study nursing or medicine and surgery in school. There's that idea. In fact, somebody used to say that don't start calling your children doctor early in life. You see one small 5-year-old girl, you will not call her name, you have changed her name to doctor, lawyer, my nurse, my engineer. Those kind of things are they are restricting and limiting. It makes the child think that, oh, the only thing I can actually be in this life is to be what? I'm going to give this confession. My daddy actually did give us different names. My daddy called me lawyer, and I'm not fulfilling that dream. The only one who is fulfilling that dream is probably my last one, who is studying nursing.
Oh, okay.
My immediate younger brother, they used to call him engineer. He sure went to the engineering school, but he's not doing anything related to that. So the opportunities, it's now vast. There are a lot of things to do, and parents and guardians need to understand that it's okay if your child is a full-time content creator. They are making dollars out of this. We want to take a short break. When we return, we'll take more comments on this conversation and continue. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Tell us you're a Nigerian without saying a word. Energy security is one of the most pressing issues for many developing countries like Nigeria. And if there's going to be any meaningful progress, addressing our energy issues is non-negotiable.
I need to see light for my house. Make them do something.
Band A is expensive. I literally have to turn off all my appliances just to reduce costs.
We need light.
Introducing the Energy Outlook, your go-to show for everything energy. Every week, we'll bring you the latest insights, innovation, and in-depth analysis of Nigeria energy sector. From policy discussions to regulatory insights, we'll analyze the key decisions influencing growth and sustainability in the energy sector. We'll bring you the human stories behind the headlines, giving you a personal perspective on the broader energy challenges. Join me every Friday at 6 p.m. for the Energy Outlook, your guide to the future of energy, where energy means business.
Welcome back, viewers. Thank you for sticking with us. You're the real MVP. We've been discussing the rise of content creation in Nigeria and the future that it holds for the youth and the younger generation today. And on this table, we can recognize or acclaim to be content creators ourselves in different areas. We spoke about the traditional landscape. We spoke about how things have evolved and, the fact that the opportunities are now vast. We see content creators taking this as full-time job. I remember watching an interview one day, and someone was asking this particular content creator if she sees herself as a full-time content creator, because, you know, for some people, maybe it's just starting out, they might not want to recognize as full-time content creator, because we know how it is to scale up. Even though it looks like something that is very popular and it's going, it seems like sometimes if you've not learned the hack of it, you might have a bit of struggle before you eventually hit that milestone that you're talking of. So imagine just wanting to go full-time in it. There could be frustration and all of that. But she, you know, was able to say that I can take this as a full-time. You know, for somebody to say this is my full-time, pays your bills comfortably well. You can
Gives herself big head.
Okay.
You understand? So she does his joke, but with this big head filter, and that's funny. He's saying it like casually, while when she imitates him, she makes it funny somehow. But that's like a successful imitation. Yes, because now she makes a lot of money from just imitating only that guy's joke. Like, she doesn't do any other thing except imitate his joke with big head. But there are some people that's why I said impersonation. I did not use imitation. Impersonation, where you just think, okay, this person is doing this, so I can take this from this person.
So are you saying that when you replicate a particular style of it to yourself and there's no way for you to succeed in that?
In certain cases, you are not being true to yourself, because there's something called niche. Because when they say that there's something unique about everybody, yes, there's something that we have in common here, which is the ability to speak. But there's also different energy where we know that you have a bit of knowledge in certain things more than each other. So it's just like if I want to impersonate you, I'll now be looking for that particular thing that you know. I'll start asking weird questions in order to make sure that whatever it is I say is almost like it's you that is saying it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That's like impersonating you, not knowing that there's a different vibe that anybody or everybody can bring to the game. So my own first challenge, I would think that a lot of people have, is impersonating, thinking that would lead to some form of quick success instead of following through the process of how the person also get there. Secondly, is also not knowing which platform will work best for your content.
For them, true.
So if you're talking intellectual content, there's certain places that you go to first. It's just like I know that I want to start a content, and now go on LinkedIn and start writing and start putting out my content on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is like a typical serious, even
professional landscape
if you're a mechanic, you write that mechanic in a way that it looks as if you are carrying the whole world on your shoulder. So it's like not knowing what platform works best for them for whatever field you want to start, either in entertainment, intellectual, maybe DIYs and all those things. Immediately you don't know what platform works best for you, that's already a challenge for you. It means that you keep on 5 years at a particular platform that might not necessarily translate to money. Also, the idea that you have to be on every platform. There's some content creators that I know that they'll tell you that they are not on Snapchat, they are not on TikTok, they're not on Instagram. They'll just have one particular, it might be that it's that Facebook that they started with that they will just stick to because Facebook does it for them.
True.
So I think that those are like some of the challenges that I've been able to highlight when I watch content creators try to upskill or probably get to that stage of success. I'm there now. And then also consistency. Going off and on does not translate to success. That's one thing that I know that another challenge that people have, consistency. When you know that you have done this for a year and it's not necessarily trending, you can feel the need that let me just go and look for a 9-to-5 job and then just stick with it. And then challenges
9-to-5 workers are now content creators, so
but in some cases, some people take that 9-to-5 and then just kill every other dream that they have. It's just like if you were a dancer before, you now realize that you've been dancing for 3 years and it's not translating to money or you're not getting rich from it.
Now, before we forget that thing you're saying about impersonation, I'd like to give my own thoughts, what I think about it. So, you know, the challenges that some people face is true, trying to carve out a niche for yourself. And so, when you begin to overthink, this is what I believe, when you begin to overthink the kind of niche to venture into, what exactly is my vibe that will resonate with the kind of audience or community I want to bring, I think that the more you stay in that thinking zone, the more you delay your action. So I'm sorry, God, I want to land somewhere.
on.
So when you say impersonation and imitation, the content world, actually, there are a lot of similarities in what everybody is doing. So even if it looks like I'm imitating you or impersonating you in that sense, I think the difference should be trying to put your own unique style to it, regardless of it. If you see content creators like Maraji, I think Maraji and this guy, Twice, I don't know if you know Twice, and even Tao, if you notice, there's some sort of similarity in how their content looks like. Is that Nigerian setting of mother, father, child, the dynamics of how a mother speaks to the father and the child. But these three people are doing something similar, but it still looks different because they are bringing their own different, unique personalities to it.
That's what niche is.
Exactly. It might not look like that at first because a lot of young content creators are so preoccupied with, I want to create that defining, definite niche for myself before I start. So it begins to now stress them to the point that they do not even know how to continue. I'm saying this based on my own personal experience. Okay. So there's this thing I realized that sometimes it's good to start out not even knowing exactly where you are going to focus on. So there's this analogy I watched one time, and I used it in one of my IMG episodes. I said, you know, if you check some running tap, there's this running tap analogy where you put on a tap and brown water comes out for a while until clean water starts coming out. So why is that trash coming out first? To be able to clear road for what? The clean water to come out. So for content creators, the challenges that they face is figuring out a niche. That is a very major one. So if it looks like sometimes, am I not just acting like Maraji? I mean, what if what Maraji is doing is actually what I can do? But because I don't want to look like an impersonator, I'm like, oh, let me think of another kind of niche. I think you should just even start out without. As you go on with the consistency that you talked about, you eventually realize that, okay, there is something I can now carve out.
Now, this is what she was talking about. There's this guy that was doing exactly what Brain Jotta was doing. When Brain Jotta started, when he's talking to someone, right, and the person tries to reply, he gives you that, I beg get that. Okay. That was actually true. That's what
made him Brain Jotta.
Yes, before he went into this music thing and dancing and all of that. So when he started with that, there was this one other small boy too called Kiriko on Facebook as well. Yeah, when that one too started, that one too has that I beg get that. I can't remember what exactly that one says, but it's something similar to I'm asking you a question, and when you want to now reply me, I'm like I beg get that. Do you understand? Now, when Brain Jotta started, there was one other guy trying to now learn exactly. So he was speaking like Brain Jotta. He puts on the green polo that Brain Jotta puts on. He does everything like Brain Jotta, right? Now, this was exactly what Brain Jotta told him. He said, if you continue like this, nobody is going to see you and see your name or see what you're trying to do. The only thing that they will remember you, I mean, is of me, definitely. Exactly. That is what she's trying to say. That is not you carving a niche for yourself. It's more like you are doing photocopy. It's more like you are being lazy. That's what it is. Because you see the way what's her name now? You see the way Lucci does her thing.
Cut you short. I'd like to take this call. We have a caller. Good morning. Oh, the caller has gone. Please continue, God's greeting.
So you see the way Lucci does her thing, right? Okay, Lucci says this, Lucci does this. Then instead of you, see, what you are talking about is seeing what people are doing. Learn it, observe what they are doing. Then go to your comfort zone and think about it. Okay, what do I do differently? Now, there are people that say similar things. There's this girl called, whether it's Opeyemi or so. She says everything about relationship, anything. She'll just come. 2 minutes or 1 minute, 30 seconds. She'll just come and say, all of you that are not going to church, well done, no. And she's out.
And that's her content.
Now, that's her content. There are other people too that does something similar. There's one other girl that does something similar to that. But the difference is, when this one say what she wants to say, she'll not say, Ireo, and she's out. So everybody, I mean, finding your niche is where you're not able to see what everybody's doing. But now look for a different style on how to present it so that people don't tag you to, and at the same thing, this person they do. Because what she's saying is, like I talk about that guy, he does everything. He wears the same clothes, the same voice that Brain Jotta has. He's able to mimic it. Like, he just does everything exactly like Brain Jotta.
Mimicking is also a content for some people.
No, mimicking is different now.
Mimicking is also content. You can blow up, like you just mentioned somebody that was doing exactly what someone was doing. Mimicking can just be that your
but she puts in a different style.
Exactly what your
But she puts in a different style. That is what makes... Exactly.
But
and
I've seen
also
some
making
mimicking
it more
content that
funny.
is exactly like that. But they will not just focus on one character. That's what makes it a bit exciting. So they're not just doing a brain jotter thing. So it's not looking like I'm obsessed with this particular character.
That
they can do a
works.
brain jotter. They can mimic a Lai Wasabi and just
But
keep
then that's also
mimicking
unique.
people.
Exactly.
But not
Exactly.
impersonation.
Uh-huh.
But the truth is, we are talking about this whole niche thing, and I will say it again. Young people should know that they should not be so burdened with the fact with wanting to create one special, unique niche for themselves to the point that they delay starting. Now, that's what I'm trying to
I get
lay,
it.
right?
But at the same
and I'm
time,
trying to
but
link that
at the
with
same
the
time,
consistency that she spoke about.
But at the same time, try as much as possible not to imitate somebody that is already all blown. Imagine somebody wakes up one morning and is doing exactly what's this Aproko doctor is doing. You think we'll pay attention to him? Until he's able to carve out how he's able to, pass information in a different style. That's when we'll listen to him. But when you come and sit down and you're doing exactly what Aproko doctor is doing, I will not listen to you because there's already somebody doing that. I don't know if you get me. Same goes to the music industry as well. If somebody wakes up one morning and is giving me exactly the same vibe, the same energy as a particular musician, we will not listen to them. Just imagine. Well, and you know the interesting part, there are many of them like that.
Yes, true. I wanted to quickly cite another challenge, which is having data.
Oh, man.
That's
a funny one.
That's a real life crisis. Like, I know that to upload high resolution, maybe picture or video or content on Instagram, they will tell me that this video is 230 something MB. And this is me that is trying to thrive, and I've only done 1 gig, 350 naira.
Or 2.5 gig, 600.
Exactly. And then I have to upload all this content, trying to look for, that breakthrough. I'm telling you that there's a data crisis, there's a credit crisis, there's even a collaboration crisis. Because you could be, putting that sometimes people only blow up through collaboration. Somebody that is a bit unpopular, one popular person will just bring the person up on the stage. That's how these musicians get artists. They just sign them up, and all of a sudden they are like everywhere.
Yeah,
you just mentioned collaboration. Let's just open it up from that point. How do you think young people can hack that thing called collaboration to ensure that they grow? Because I think there's some people are scared of collaborating. I watched a video yesterday about collaboration, mentorship, and community for beginners in any industry. And the person said collaboration is not supposed to be like a hard thing for us. Some people are scared of collaborating because they feel like, oh, once I collaborate, your own star, you will shine past me. They'll be using you.
Your glory.
Yeah, exactly. They'll use you more and they will not use me. So how do you think young people can, collaborate together to grow together?
Well, if you don't have an identity crisis also, there's always...
And in collaboration, what are you targeting? Are you collaborating at this level, or you're trying to collaborate with people that have even gone ahead of you? Because I can see collaboration as somebody that is just at my level. I mean, we're both beginners.
See, collaboration
can come from anywhere, actually.
Can just blend into anything depending on what am I aiming at? Okay, am I collaborating to get people within, like, starters?
Before we continue, there's this comment on our YouTube page from Christiana. She said, to be very honest, there's no unique niche. Everyone is doing what someone is doing, and it's not a bad thing to copy someone else.
Well, that is still imitation. It's different from impersonation. That's what I'm trying to, separate. Impersonation is different from imitation.
She said before Aproko Doctor started, there was definitely someone doing something like that. The reason we think they are unique is branding.
Is branding not a niche?
Exactly.
I know that somebody is doing this exactly.
Him using Nkechi and all of those things. Come on now. It's intentionality. It's you understanding that other people can do this as well. Nobody is taking the fact that, okay, there are other persons that are doing it even before Aproko Doctor. But tell me why Aproko Doctor is in the mouth of everybody.
Because it brought fire to it.
I mean.
And like your stomach is going to feel this.
You are eating shawarma and pizza. Don't worry.
Exactly. So I just feel like if you don't have an identity crisis. Somebody like Aproko can actually collaborate with either beginners, intermediates, experts, because he already has that identity for himself. So if you have an identity and you have, I think I would say that another challenge that also happens is the fact that no self-esteem or confidence.
True.
It's not just a content thing. It could be a background thing. It could be an environment thing. It could be even seeing what everybody is doing and they are, so successful, and they're looking at it that, okay, I don't have the confidence, or I don't have the self-esteem.
If you don't have the confidence, what are you doing there?
No, as a startup, it could feel like that. I would say that when I also wanted to start off public speaking, it was almost like, I'm watching this person, look at the way she's speaking without making any mistake. I know, so direct and stuff. And I'm like, me that sometimes I have to stammer or do like
filler words.
And then over time, I just looked at it that maybe I will just learn over time.
True.
And then just manage myself. The fact that I know that while I say I'm still passing a message. I'm still very sure that I'm going to land somewhere that is meaningful. So over time, those things are now going to be like my secondary concerns. My primary concerns will now be ensuring that I still pass the message regardless
the right
of
information.
a few
Lapses.
Maybe lacuna, as a friend of mine would say.
All right, we have like 30 seconds to wrap up. So I'd like you to give your last words as we come to an end to today's show.
I think as a content creator, right, in a nutshell, understanding the market, all of these things you've mentioned is just understanding the market. You finding the niche, you having the discipline, all of those things. It's when you understand the market, you know that nobody's sleeping on social media. Every day, even the people that are well-known are still posting videos. My Proco doctor, in a week, I think he posts no less than 2-3 times. 2-3 videos. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you that are starting over, tell me what you're posting every month, or probably every week. Try as much as possible to be try as much as possible to be very, consistent. I mean, again, in a nutshell, understanding the market, that's literally what will take you far as a content creator.
And watch out for God's beauty, spoken word power. So this is where we draw the curtains for today's show. It has been very insightful. And next week, again, we're coming with more exciting content for you all. So ensure to subscribe and be part of what happens here at Ways Breakfast. See you next week. Bye.
Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Usayome Sale from Ways Primetime. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?